Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and I'm making a quick video to go over the two latest Harley Davidson radios from Soundstream Reserve. We've got on our table the Soundstream Reserve V2 and the new WHD14 Plus. We get a lot of questions. What are the differences between these models? I've got them powered up. I'm going to go through the options and make sure you have all the information to make the right purchase the first time. Let's start off by talking about the new WHD14 Plus and its predecessor, the one it replaced, the HD14 Plus. So the original Soundstream Reserve HDHU14 Plus was a game-changing, groundbreaking radio. It was the first time that anybody in the aftermarket world had stepped up and made a Harley-specific radio. Soundstream did a great job building one that bolted in using the exact factory chassis, being weatherproof. It had a great display we could see, and it did a lot of things that no other radio had done before, like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, while being built for a Harley. So this is the culmination of everything they learned from that experience, the things that you asked for that you would like to have, as well as just adding some of the latest technology. So almost 3 years later, those radios came out. They were actually produced in November of 2021. Here we are, fixing to be November of 2024, and the WHD14 Plus comes available. Now, the W stands for wireless, and this radio has wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, where the original radio had to be plugged into a USB for either of those features. They've also added a much brighter, more vibrant QLED high-definition display, and you can see it's very bright. It has great contrast. The colors are very sharp, and it's going to make it much easier for you to see on your Harley in direct sunlight. Still using the same weatherproof design, it's going to have some of the more basic features. So wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto are huge because now we have navigation from our phone. We have Apple Maps, Google Maps, or Waze, and there are several others that are also approved at this point. But those maps are always up to date. They take into account live traffic, and they're very, very simple to use from your phone versus that factory Harley nav that's pretty difficult to update, costly when you do so, and normally it's way behind. All right, so I'm going to bring up the home screen and we're going to go through some of the features, other features that we have. So beyond CarPlay and Android Auto, we're also going to have AM/FM radio. This radio is not going to do weather band, but most people, as far as I can tell, really don't use that function. We're also going to have the ability to do Bluetooth phone or Bluetooth music if you don't want to go all the way into CarPlay or Android Auto. That's going to be where you're not displaying those apps, but instead you're just going to be seeing the audio up here in word form. You're also going to have a USB input for the music you have on your USB flash drive and a camera input. Now that camera input is a backup camera input, works great with the new HD Vision from Soundstream or any wired backup camera you want to add to your bike. And when you select that icon, it's going to bring up that camera and let you see behind you to make sure you don't back into a curb or mess your tips up, or maybe going down the road you just want to see what's behind you. You can select that source and bring it up. Now the WHD14 Plus is going to have, the way it comes now, very basic thumb controls. Now I say that because in the future we have, probably 30 days out, an unlock kit you can purchase to add features to this radio, and I'll go over those shortly before we move on to the V2 features. The way it comes out of the box, though, it's going to come with a thumb control module that's going to do basic function: volume up, volume down, track forward, track backwards. It's going to have a source button so you can change through the available sources, as well as a mute button. But that's pretty much it. If you're in Apple CarPlay and you want to swap from, let's just say, your music to your maps, you are going to have to reach up and touch the screen the way the basic functionality is when you get it. Now, if you buy the unlock kit, it's going to add some additional features. So everything that I say that we're going to add, it does not currently do. But the unlock kit is going to come with an iDataLink Maestro thumb control module. The iDataLink Maestro module is far more than just thumb controls, though. It also is going to allow your radio to communicate with ECM in your bike, and it's going to display your motorcycle information that your original radio did. Things like tire pressure monitors, oil pressure, battery voltage, or check engine light status, EITMS status. All of that can be viewed once you get the unlock kit and you have that module. But on top of that, you're going to have advanced thumb controls and the ability to toggle through these sources from the right joystick. So when you buy the basic radio, it doesn't do that. When you buy the unlock kit, you get that module, you get new software that loads in, and it basically upgrades it to do all these additional features. One other great additional feature you get with the Unlock Kit is the ability to use factory amplifiers like Boom Stage 1, Boom Stage 2, or HD Audio by Rockford. That's going to be part of that iDataLink module as well. Now let's move on to our V2 radio, and I'll go over some of the additional features it does, because this radio is an absolute game changer. It does things that I didn't even know a radio could do, and absolutely everything that we've been asked for, with the exception of two things. If you're looking for factory CB compatibility, neither one of these is going to do CB. If you want wireless headset connectivity, it's going to do wireless, but it will not do wired headset. The basic WHD14 Plus will not connect to your headsets in any way. V2 adds wireless headset connectivity for Cardo, Sena, or Bluetooth in-ear devices, and many other possible headsets that also have Bluetooth. So, as you can see, it's very easy to see one of the first big differences. Instead of a 7-inch screen, it has an 8.3-inch screen. It is a QLED high-res screen, and it is edge to edge, but we've kept the same chassis size, so it still bolts in your Harley completely plug and play with no modification of the bike, and you still get that huge screen. Now, if you go into things like your maps, you're going to see it's going to give you much more visibility. It's a lot bigger than the maps we would have from our more basic radio. We can back out of here and go into Apple Maps and show you how it would look as well. All right, here's a comparison of apples to apples, the same map to the same map. And you can see, I think we've got a little bit better color on our V2 radio than we have the WHD, and that's from that QLED high-res screen is just beautiful. This one is absolutely amazing for its price point, but you can't get away from just how big and beautiful and vibrant the big V2 screen is. Now, backing out of here, going back to the main radio, we're going to have a lot of added features to the V2. Beyond that big screen, we're going to have built-in iGo navigation. So not only does it do wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto like this radio does, but it also has onboard navigation. So if you do not have cell service, you're out in the middle of nowhere and you need to figure out how to get out of there, you can use the built-in nav. Normally, I would say you're still going to probably use your phone nav most of the time because of the ability to take into account traffic. Waze will show you where accidents are, police are, and so on. So many features that you can get from those smartphone navigation apps that you cannot get from onboard nav. We also have, as I just spoke a minute ago, about complete wireless headset connectivity. And with that, you have routing as well. So you can do things like send the music to the speakers on the bike, but send your calls, your navigation prompts to your headset. Or if you want the music sent to the headset, you can do that too. It also has an intercom mode. So if you're using a wireless in-ear, like an Apple AirPod or maybe JBL in-ears in one of the many brands, you can go on and select intercom and talk to each other through those wireless earbuds. Very, very cool feature. Also has AM/FM radio, as both of them do, but this radio is going to come already with the ability to view about 60 different custom gauges and motorcycle info. Those are things that have to have an unlock kit when you're doing the cheaper radio. It's already iDataLink Maestro compatible, so all of that's going to work. And it has the most advanced thumb controls of any radio we've ever had. You can actually use the right joystick to pretty well joystick through every screen on the radio, with the exception of the iGo navigation. All of that is built in. It already comes preset. When you buy it from Volunteer Audio, it's already programmed to be plug and play, and all that works flawlessly. One other great feature V2 has that we can't do from the WHD14 Plus is SiriusXM. And when I say that, it has a dedicated SiriusXM port to do a standalone SiriusXM tuner. That is purchased separately. It's pretty inexpensive, but it's going to give you the ability to have SiriusXM without having your phone connected. The WHD14 Plus does have the ability to do SiriusXM, but it's going to be through the app that you have on your phone. Now, I love the phone app. It has more channels. It doesn't cost anything if you've already got SiriusXM in another vehicle. And I think the app sounds better, but both of these can actually do the app. Now, moving on forward, we actually have another cool feature in the V2 called Rally Mode that no other radio can do yet. And that has the ability to hook multiple radios together, playing the same music at the same time, up to 300 feet away. So all your friends that have a V2 radio, you can link up. Somebody's the DJ, somebody's the listener, and you want the DJ to have a good music playlist because everybody tied to them is going to be playing that same music that they have going. Very, very cool feature. Both of these are going to have a backup camera input. And let's get to the sound portion because this is important. Both of these have a 5-volt RCA output. Very, very clean, strong output to feed an amplifier. You're going to have a 15-band built-in EQ on the V2, where you're going to have a 13-band on the WHD14 Plus. So they both also have front and rear independent crossovers. So you can actually control those front and rear speakers separately with high pass and low pass crossovers. Both are going to have a subwoofer input or output on the back and subwoofer control inside the radio as well. So either one of these radios is going to have an amazing sound control to give you the best sound out of your aftermarket audio system or even those stock speakers. Now the internal amplifier is significantly bigger in the V2. It's actually a 400 watt onboard amplifier, whereas we have a 300 watt on the WHD14 Plus. So that's going to give you a little bit more volume out of those speakers without having to add an amplifier. Now at Volunteer Audio, we know we need about 100 watts of continuous power to make people happy at highway speeds. So with either of these radios, we're going to recommend upgrading to a much larger amplifier in the fairing to run all of your speakers. All right. So because it has a much larger high-def screen on the V2 radio, we actually have a special HD Vision camera. That's actually part number HD Vision V2 that you can buy and connect to this and actually have a wireless backup camera connected. If you're going to buy the WHD14 Plus or any other Soundstream model that has a camera input, you're going to want to get the standard HD Vision model, the non-high-def one. Even though it has a high-def screen, it still has a standard camera input. Both of these radios are phenomenal. They're both a great value at their price point. I would tell you, if you have it in your budget, you can't go wrong buying the V2 radio. If you don't have the budget and you're going to buy a lower cost radio, the WHD14 Plus is not only a great value, but with the ability to add that unlock tool later, buying that software and that additional Idatalink Maestro module, it's going to allow you to do this in baby steps, but still gain almost all the features. You won't have onboard nav, you won't have wireless headset capability or rally mode, but you'll have most everything else that somebody's looking for. Both are phenomenal. Soundstream has done a great job. And the last thing I haven't talked about yet is warranty. When you buy from Volunteer Audio, we're an authorized Soundstream dealer. And because we're a Soundstream Reserve dealer, you're going to get a full 2-year warranty on the WHD14 Plus, even if you self-install. But crazier than that is the V2 radio has a full 5-year warranty. So if you ever have any problems out of these radios, you just get back a hold of us and we take care of you. Very, very simple. I know they're well built and we just really don't have warranty problems out of them, but it's always great to have that peace of mind that it has an excellent warranty included when you buy your radio. Check both of these out at volunteeraudio.com. Click the link above to see both of them. You can see pricing, you can see more about features. We've got a whole bunch of videos on how they're used and what all they can do. Check those out. Definitely subscribe to Volunteer Audio on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. We constantly share things about this. And if you're a V2 user, check out the Soundstream Reserve V2 users group that we have on Facebook. We have a ton of information on there and a bunch of tagged videos up in the featured section, so you can learn how to do things like easily connect your phone or your headsets and how to do all sorts of things inside this radio. It's very powerful, and knowledge is power. We're going to teach you how to use it so that you can get the most out of that radio by joining that group. If you have any questions about either model, you need help deciding on the right system, maybe talk about your bike, your build, your budget, give our sales team a call at 1-844-30-AUDIO. We'd love to talk to you and make sure you get the right radio the first time. We can go over your ideas and let you know how you can piece it together if you don't want to do it all at once. We've just got a wealth of knowledge there, and we have an excellent sales team. If you buy this and you go to install it yourself, we have great step-by-step install videos as well as free lifetime tech support. Simply by giving us a call, we'll help you at any of the points where you might get stuck or share videos on how to do the things you want to do. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.